So this is such an interesting clip. If you're not already familiar with Son of Hamas, Mosab Hassan Youssef, the son of a Hamas co-founder and co-leader, he was raised to hate Jews, to hate Israel, by one of the founders of Hamas. And he would have every reason, every expectation to be supportive of Hamas, against the Jewish people. How on earth was he able to see the light and become a massive supporter of Israel? And even help Israel, work for Israel? At the risk of his own life, he now has a death sentence by his own father. How does he do that? Well, Jonathan Sakadotti sat down with Mosab Hassan Youssef, and I'll post the link to the full clip on Jonathan's YouTube channel in the video description. But I want to show you this clip of Jonathan asking him, how does it work? How were you able to see the light despite being raised on so much hatred? Because this, for me, is such a fascinating, poignant question. How does he see the light? Here's Jonathan asking this. Have a watch.
So I want to know, because it's impossible for most of us to comprehend really what you have done and been through. What gave you that independence of thought and power of critical thinking, that you came from a very specific embedded place in this culture, religion, politics, terrorism, to break free of that? What made you the person that you are, that you spent 10 years making sure that those suicide bombings would be foiled? And then even after that, even after you wrote the book, after you've been in the US, you could have gone away and hidden. But over the last 13, 14 months, you've been one of the most vocal people in the international media. What makes you like that? And how can we give it to some of the students that we see around the world now?
I don't know. I'm just being me. The same way I was troublemaker since childhood, by the standards of average people who just want to live the lives of sheep. They don't want to question anything. They want to stay in safety. They're afraid to lose something. They want to obey and be ruled by others. I disobey. I'm a rebel from day one. No one has authority over me. Not the government, not intelligence service. You can ask this to the Israeli intelligence and how I handled them over the years. It's part of me. I don't like to be ruled or controlled by any authority. I prefer to die. Like if I have to choose between my freedom and death, I don't care. Let them kill me. And when I say this, I mean it. So there is nothing to lose and there is nothing to gain. If we're not afraid of dying, then we're not afraid of nobody. We're not afraid of nothing. And of course, the fine lines between, being violent or knowing when to apply the use of force. This is two different things. And this is a situation between Israel and Hamas. That Hamas adapted violence for political and financial gain. Totally different scenario than the use of force as the last resort. And this is what Israel is demonstrating. I am in the same boat as Israel. I don't want to fight with anybody. I mind my business. I'm very happy with the simple things in life. I don't have big ambitions. And I walked away many years ago. I chose a very simple life, and this is what I enjoy. This is what I miss, and I want to go back to. I like when people get to realize things on their own. But when they turn violent, I'm not going to wait for them knocking on my door. Only because I'm living in a safe sanctuary doesn't mean that they're not going to get to us, come knocking on our doors. And this is why I choose to go to them. First of all, our fight is a good fight. It's a righteous fight. And we know that legitimizing violence is going to create a global chaos. Especially when it's validated by the name of resistance or by the name of occupation, based on the victim narrative. The victim narrative and the victim mentality is a very, very dangerous thing. using Gaza tragedy, using the collateral damage and the pain of so many people who got caught up in this situation to push their agendas. This is chaos. And this is why I choose to come back. Not because it's... I could have been selfish and say, forget about it, let them deal with it. Even, this is something I ask myself every day. And they try to discourage me in many ways. But I think we have some work to do. And at some point, I hope I will go back to my quiet life.
There's something really interesting that Mosab said that I want to pick up on. But before I do that, I just want to mention something that's really important. As you'll be seeing on this little banner over here in the video, JTV is trying to grow. We're having a really big impact online. We're changing people's perceptions about Israel. We're spreading the truth about Israel's cause and the justice of Israel's cause. But we're also demystifying Jewish history, Judaism, the Jewish people, and inspiring positive associations with it through sharing the wisdom and beauty of Judaism, the Jewish tradition, and Israel. And we want to accelerate our growth by offering more variety of content, having more funds to market ourselves, and basically to allow us to compete at an even more serious level with the anti-Israel online equivalents. We created a short video to explain what it's all about. I want to share it with you now. Have a watch, and then we'll get back to the topic discussion. The world is full of lies.
That Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu bear criminal responsibility.
The truth is under attack.
Which river, which sea? So you don't know the
From the media to the UN to celebrities, lies reign supreme. But the thing about the truth is that no matter how dark a room of lies, if you light one candle of truth, it can light up the whole room. That's why I created JTV, the global Jewish YouTube channel. We have been lighting the flame of truth on social media. We believe that the key to defeating anti-Semitism isn't just in fighting the hate, but it's about creating pro-Semitism and sharing the truth. There's nothing inevitable about anti-Semitism. We just need to tell our story with confidence, pride, and love. We believe that telling the truth, exposing the lies, and sharing the wisdom and beauty found within the Jewish story and the ideas of Judaism can transform the world. We're reaching millions of people all around the world from all backgrounds and perspectives. Every day we are transforming people's views about Israel, Jews, and Judaism. How do we know? Because they tell us. But there's so much more we can do. It's time for us to build a team to accelerate our growth and produce way more content that can appeal to even more people. We want to hire more presenters, start doing documentary series, and way more. And if we do that, JTV will start competing with the other big media players who peddle anti-Israel narratives. And that's where you come in. I'm asking you to please partner with us on our journey to spread the truth to the entire world by donating whatever you can to this fundraiser. Together, we will harness the power of social media to shine the light of truth to the whole world. Thank you so much for your support. So there you go. That is our fundraiser video. Please do click on the link in the video description of this video if you'd be up for supporting us. I really do mean it when I say that you'll become a partner with us in spreading the truth of Israel and Israel's cause and trying to basically enlighten people around the world. You really will become a partner with us because you'll be helping with us, and I really think there's strength in numbers. So click on the link. Please donate. Please also share the link with your family, friends, and contacts, because I really think together we'll be able to have a major, major impact and do what's needed, what the world desperately needs, which is to have moral clarity and truth. And it so desperately needs it right now, doesn't it? The world is so, so lost. And together, by partnering together, we can have a major impact. But now to get back to the video. This clip is so interesting to me. unfortunately, it seems like, as Mosab is saying, he said, well, I don't know, I'm just being me. I don't know how I managed to see the light. In some ways, he doesn't really appreciate just how remarkable he is. To go against what... It's sad to say, but unfortunately, going against what you've been spoon-fed your whole life, even if it's complete nonsense, is hard work. It's challenging. Emotionally, it's challenging. Your support system, your society, your culture, everything you've been taught to believe is true, discovering that's a lie, it's wrong, it's painful. It's very painful. Many people don't want to do it, and they may even know it intellectually, but they find all kind of ways to justify it emotionally because it's too painful. This, by the way, is what made Abraham so great. Abraham grew up among idolatry. His father was an idolater, and he discovered the truth through his own moral conscience and intellectual reasoning. And that's what made him so great. And God says to Abraham, leave your father's household, your home, your dwelling place, and come to the land of Israel. In other words, leave behind all those the cultural conditioning you had growing up to go on a journey towards the truth, which means you should be bold and be able to question everything. The Torah is telling us this is the ideal, but it's also telling us it takes an Abraham sometimes to really do that, to create that kind of social change and shift. And so all I can say to Mosab is, I take my hat off to him. To have that kind of courage, to have that willingness to say, hold on, is what I've been told, what my family, friends, culture, people believe, is it really true? Is it right? Is it moral? It's an amazing thing that he's done that, and I think we have to keep giving him a great deal of credit. But anyway, I think a fascinating clip. Thank you to Jonathan for posting that. And as I say, please do help us to grow JTV, to get the word out, to make more clips like this, to do even more. What we want to do is all explained in that video, which you can watch in the link in the video description. The link to donate is also shows our campaign video there. And as I say, please do share it with family, friends, contacts. Together we'll have a major, major impact. And I can't wait to do so much more to grow this channel and get the truth seen in a world that desperately, desperately needs it.